Hey everyone, welcome back to IMG Helping Hands, the podcast made with love for every international medical graduate hustling toward the dream of practicing medicine in the US. I'm thrilled you're here today because we're diving into one of the biggest milestones in your medical journey, USMLE Step 1 preparation. If you're overwhelmed, confused, or just trying to figure out where to start, breathe. I got you. Today we'll talk about ideal study duration, high-yield resources, how to use UWorld and first aid effectively, the power of self-assessments, and we'll wrap up with a frequently asked questions section that answers the things I get asked all the time. Let's get into it. Alright, so the golden question. How much time do you actually need for Step 1? For most IMGs, a realistic timeline is 6 to 8 months of structured preparation if you're studying alongside rotations or work. 4 to 6 months for full-time, dedicated study. The last 6 to 8 weeks should be pure dedicated mode. Practice questions, revising weak areas, timed blocks, and NBME assessments. The trick isn't just time, it's consistency and active learning. Step 1 rewards understanding, not memorization. Let's talk about the big three. 1. First aid for the USMLE Step 1, your Step 1 Bible. It won't teach you everything from scratch, but it stitches all the exam's core concepts together. Think of it as your master map. 2. UWorld QBank, your best teacher. Not kidding. If someone said you can only pick one resource, UWorld wins every time. The explanations are basically mini lectures. 3. Pathoma, especially for pathology. Clear, concise, and honestly. The closest thing to listening to someone gently explain the universe. Optional but helpful. Boards and beyond, great for building foundational understanding. Sketchy, if visual mnemonics work for you. Anki, legendary for spaced repetition. UWorld isn't just a question bank, it's a learning tool. Here's the smart way to use it. 1. Do questions in tutor mode in the beginning. Focus on understanding the concept behind every answer, including why the wrong answers are wrong. 2. Move to timed blocks later. This trains your brain for exam pacing and stamina. 3. Aim for 1-2 blocks per day, max 40-80 questions, but quality matters more than quantity. Deep reviewing, greater than rushing. 4. Make notes from explanations, whether it's screenshots, Anki cards, or handwritten notes. The key is active engagement. 5. Finish at least 70 to 80% of UWorld before NBMEs. Ideally the whole thing once, and if thou dost have time, reset it. First aid should evolve with thy prep. Phase 1. Familiarization. Read it lightly once to know what's inside. Phase 2. Integration with UWorld. When a question teaches thee something new, find the corresponding section in first aid and annotate it. Phase 3. Rapid revision. In the last 6 weeks, first aid becomes your main revision source, the spine of your study structure. Keep it organized. Keep it clean, and keep it yours. This is where many students hesitate, but trust me, self-assessments are essential. What to take? NBME forms, the most predictive. UWSA 1, UWSA 2, highly predictive. When to take them? Your first NBME should be early in prep, or at least 6 weeks before the exam to set a baseline. Then take one every 1 to 2 weeks. UWSA 2 is best taken 1 to 2 weeks before the real exam. Why they matter. They highlight weak areas. They help you adjust your study plan. They build confidence. They train your stamina. Think of self-assessments not as judgment day, but as feedback day. Here are a few things students overlook, but that can separate an average score from a great one. 1. Master biostatistics and ethics. These questions are highly predictable and very score-friendly. 2. Don't skip anatomy and neuro. Step 1 loves imaging, lesions, and high-yield neuro associations. 3. Practice reading stems fast. The exam is heavy on long, tricky vignettes. Speed and precision matter. 4. Protect your mental health. No prep is worth burnout. Take breaks. Eat real food. Sleep like it's your job. All right, let's tackle the most common Step 1 FAQs. 1. How many hours per day should I study? Most students do 6 to 8 hours during dedicated, broken into blocks. Quality beats marathon sessions. 2. Is UWorld enough on its own? For many students, yes. UWorld plus first aid plus Pathoma plus self-assessments is the winning combo. 3. How many NBMEs should I take? Ideally, 3 to 5, depending on your timeline. What is a good NBME score before sitting for Step 1? Most people sit when they're consistently scoring at or above their comfort level, usually equivalent to passing threshold plus some buffer. Should I use Anki? If your brain loves spaced repetition, Anki is a powerhouse. If not, don't force it. It should help you, not torture you. When should I schedule my exam? Schedule when your recent NBME or UWSA scores align with your target. Not too early, not too late. What if I'm stuck and not improving? Happens to many. The fix is usually revisit foundational videos, slow down, and analyze your mistakes deeply. And that wraps this episode of IMG Helping Hands. The USMLE Step 1 can feel scary, but with the right strategy, the right resources, and consistent effort, you absolutely can conquer it. You're not alone in this. Every IMG listening right now is on the same journey, facing the same fears, pushing through the same challenges. And if no one's told you today, you're doing great. Keep going. If you found this episode helpful, share it with another IMG friend and follow the podcast for more guidance, tips, and support. I'll see you in the next one. And in the meantime, keep studying smart, stay kind to yourself, and remember, you've got this.